News Talk 1430 WXNT, and you're on the edge of the web with Aaron Sparks.
Welcome back to Edge of the Web Radio. We just wanted to thank Jason Falls and Eric Deckers of No BS Social Media. It's a great book, and I really appreciate their time speaking with us today. You can find their book online at their exclusive blogs. Give us a link to go and find that book as well.
Yeah, we actually have a link. Great interview, by the way. I think that was a very informative interview, and I want to thank them both too. The link is at the Edge of the Web or edgeofthewebradio.com. We have a link to their website to purchase that book.
That's right. On the show notes, you can go straight to their website and purchase that. They also have the ebook as well. I highly recommend picking that up. It gets you in the mindset of where you need to be. You need to get off your tail and actually get into the conversation. There's a lot going on, and you need to really engage your community and build that loyalty in that fan base. All right, we want to get into our engine segments here. What we're going to be covering is social and lead generation and content marketing. First thing out of the deck here is about content marketing. As you write your blog content, you want to make sure that you have the ability to you have on your site giving the ability to readers of your blog to be able to share that content easily. It's a little bit difficult if they're reading content, and if they want to share it to whomever is following them, they actually have to go up to the address bar, copy that address bar, go over to their own Twitter account or their own Facebook account, paste it in, get the URL shortened, make a comment, what have you. You need to give, that's a bit long to actually expect your customers or your fans to share your information. There are useful tools that you can actually implement very easily into your website to be able to give them the ability to tweet or share or post into their LinkedIn or post into StumbleUpon, all their social bookmarking websites. There are actually tools. If you're running a website that's got a content management system such as WordPress or Joomla or Drupal, these back-end systems, there are snap-in plugins that will allow you to, it automatically puts a little small toolbar at the bottom or the top of the page of content so your users can efficiently share your information. What happens if you don't have those content management systems, John?
Well, you don't get your stuff shared.
Then it's just that simple.
Yeah, it really is. And it's important to just keep up with the trends. And, now they even got a pin it share for Pinterest that's coming out.
If you don't have an actual content management system like that, John's joking, you still can put things in there. If you go to shareit.com, it'll actually provide you a code snippet that you can actually grab and paste into every one of your static pages or however your site's built. It can automatically touch in and you'll see the different icons for social media. You can even select which icons you want in that toolbar, and that gives the consumers the ability or the readers the ability to share your information. So you want to make sure that you make it easy to broadcast out as you're pushing your own your own content marketing. Having that available for kind of a retweet or refeed to listeners. Let's talk about content marketing for a second. As you're trying to build up your expertise in your field. Now, again, we're going back to our previous shows. We've been talking about building your following, creating your blog, getting your blog out and bookmarked. Let's talk about content marketing to another level.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, our guests, Jason Falls and Eric Decker, did a great job of this themselves. You're creating, you're building an expertise in your field. And they've done this through a book, but you can certainly do this online through means of LinkedIn, Quora, your blog, just talking about your industry and making yourself an expert and a go-to person in your industry is very important. And that's just one way of building your follower. You can do that through ebooks. You can do that through white papers. There's definitely multiple ways to create yourself as an expert through content marketing.
That's right. And you're building content on your site. You also need to get some inbound links linked to that content. So creating your social bookmark websites, if you hadn't done so already, your Dig, your Delicious, your StumbleUpon, and Reddit. All these are bookmark websites that you can actually put together a number of different references going to your own website as well as other websites and other articles that are interesting in your market. Remember, what you're trying to do is create a personality of your company as a filtering agent for listeners that are following you. You are going through and finding good, useful information and then curating that or commenting on that and providing new, good, relevant information to your followers, and you're building that trust. Don't inject so much about your own case studies or your own information on a regular basis. You want to have a good variety of information that's relevant, that's poignant, and industry specific, so you can cultivate that following in that listener base.
Yeah, and I think it's important for our listeners, if when you were talking about link building, there's another piece of the pie there. It's hitting on the cylinders of our marketing engine. It's search engine optimization, creating those links. Google's looking at those links, and they're seeing that you're an expert, and they're adding that relevancy on that score, which is going to, in turn, get you higher on search results. Absolutely.
There's the validity that's happening whenever people will share your bookmark. Building on that expertise, we want to get into the lead generation standpoint from, it's not about getting sales, getting leads into your website, but actually going out and getting into communities where discussions are being had about your industry. We would recommend going into LinkedIn and joining communities where there's discussion groups and introducing yourself as not so to say expert, but a participation in a particular industry. You've got this many years of experience, and solicit questions and also engage in conversations so people that are in those social media spheres start listening to you as a legitimate point of reference in your industry.
Yeah, and stressing legitimacy, because we all know that there's a billion experts, a billion gurus out there, and you need to be genuine and just offer some value content.
That's right. And not only LinkedIn, but Quora is another website.
Very popular.
That's very popular. That gives you the ability to post and ask questions. You also probably want to go into a Tumblr environment, and you can set up blogs that are external of your website, bringing content in.
Hey, I think it's time for a cool tool segment.
I think it is time for a cool tool segment. One of the main things that we need to find out is, how do you communicate and when do you communicate? There are, as Jason was talking about, there's a maturation of tools that are out there to be able to analyze so many different metrics of social media. And one of the things that you need to know is, when should you actually tweet or send your message out? Your listeners are not always going to be online. Your listeners aren't going to be listening to you at 2:00 in the morning when you're Facebooking your post about a great case study. You know, that's a bit extreme, but there are tools now to be able to find out where the sweet spots are based on online activity. So one of the tools that we wanted to recommend was Social Bro. It's a free service as of right now. That's a Google Chrome add-on or browser or Firefox add-on, but it's a website, socialbro.com. You install it on your browser, and it gives such a variety of pieces of information on how to dissect and understand your followers, your audience, and what they're talking about. It gives you the best time to tweet. It gives you the accurate measurement of how often the average of your how often they interact, and what is the best times and best days to actually tweet for your audience. So I was just looking at my own audience, and I was like, Thursday at 9 a.m. And conventionally, you're tweeting at around 11:30 or so, right before lunchtime,
right.
2:30, what have you. But everybody's audience differs based on the industry. So it is giving me the ability to actually measure and see when I should deliver my messages, and then I schedule them accordingly in whatever tools that we're using. It gives you the understanding of insights about your Twitter community. It gives you fast communication to your friends. It shows a level of discourse. It actually analyzes the bios of all your Twitter followers and shows you what the most common concepts and phrases that they're talking about. You don't want to tweet into your follower base of something that they're not interested in.
Right.
It does a full kind of a demographic analysis of your Twitter base and shows you what you should be talking about. And also, if your market's off of where you really want to go after, it gives you that guidance on how to engage. You can actually search through the annals of Twitter and be able to search by search term and concept and find the guys that you're not following and go ahead and start tracking with them. It's a very cool
Or
tool.
if they're an influential follower.
Absolutely. So I highly recommend Social Bro. It's a great tool. What I wanted to end up our show this week with is going back over our services as Site Strategic. We really don't talk about that much. We had a jam-packed show today. We do search engine optimization for small, medium, and large size companies. We do website development. We do conversion rate optimization. We do social media management, which is obviously the hot topic of today. Tell us a little bit more about what we do, John.
Basically, just working with custom solutions for small businesses and listening to them, giving them SEO consulting on how we can better improve their online marketing.
That's right. We wanted to thank Jason Falls and Eric Deckers of No BS Social Media today. Go buy that book. It's a fantastic book. This has been Edge of the Web Radio on News Talk 1430 WXNT. Go do some of the actions that we've talked about in this show. Go read that book, and we'll see you in 2 weeks with a whole other slew of actions that you can do to be a social marketing master. Talk to you soon.